everyone, my name's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my March TBR. We are wearing a Formula One style t-shirt today because it is March, which is my birthday month, and it is also the start of the F1 season, so I am thoroughly excited. So my TBR for this month is going to be still light and fluffy. As it's my birthday, I want to keep it light and fluffy. For April, we're going to do a little bit of a switcheroony and read pretty much only dark romance for the entire month. So if you have any dark romance recs that you want me to read, please comment below because I would love to hear and add them to my list. I have a few in mind that I want to read, like the Haunting Adeline duet. That's sort of where I'm heading, but let's go through my TBR. Let's start with the physical books that I want to read. Some of these are going to be carried over from last month, but let's get cracking. The first two is Addicted After All and Fuel the Fire by Christine Becker Ricci. I still have not finished this goddamn series. I did not pick this up this month and I'm not going to have time before the end of the month to pick it up, so it's going on to next month. I am very excited. This is the conclusion of Lillian Lowe's story, and this is a continuation of Rose and Connor's story. So I'm very excited. I really know nothing about what happens in these two books, but I am very excited to get to these. The next book I'm carrying over from last month is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. I loved The Kids Question when I read it, and I just still want to read this. I just didn't get a chance to read it this month. It was busy. February was very busy, and it is a short month. So my TBR for February was very overly ambitious, but that's okay. I am doing a TBR jar of all the physical books that I have on my shelf that I haven't read. So one that I pulled was 90% Mind by Sally Thorne. I did read The Hating Game back in 2021, and I now want to read this. It is a very short book. She is an Australian author. Oh, it's actually very large writing, which I love. I will hopefully get to this month. It is not very long. I think it's under 300 pages. No, it's just over 300 pages. So nice and short. Let's see how we go. I've heard mixed things. I don't know if I love it, if I hate it, but I'll let you guys know. The next book that I pull from my TBR jar is The City of Lost Souls. So I love this series. This is obviously part of the Shadowhunter universe. It is the 5th book. It's one of my favorites in the series. I started this a while ago, started tabbing it, and never finished it. So this will be my third read through it, because I have read it once and then obviously I stopped. I read it once and then I read it a second time and stopped. So I'm gonna read this again because I've been dying to get back into the original Mortal Instruments series because it is just so good. If you don't know anything about the Mortal Instruments series, it follows Clary and Jace, and Clary is 16 and she knows nothing about the Shadowhunters, and then one day she finds out that she is a Shadowhunter and her mum has been lying to her for the last 16 years. And this is their love story. It takes some crazy twists and turns. If you don't know about it, yeah, it's pretty full on. There is some trigger warnings, I guess, but I know that there is a trigger warning that may put people off, but I can assure you that it's not what you think it is. But I can totally understand it is a bit jarring. Very typical 2012 YA, but it has a special place in my heart because it was just a really, really good series to go back into reading when I started reading a few years ago. Again, I was such a reader as a kid, and I bought the City of Bones movie cover at the airport in 2013 when I was coming back from Europe with my parents. What was no, sorry, I was going to Europe, I think. I can't remember if I was going or coming back when I bought it. But either way, I think I actually bought it from Dubai Airport. I feel like I bought it at Dubai Airport. And I never ended up reading it because I was just reading's not cool. I was in year 11 and just wasn't reading. So once I picked reading up again in 2017, 2018, after a few years of just not reading, this was just such a fun ride for me to read about. And I loved it. It has a special place. On that same theme, I want to get to Chain of Thorns. I am very excited for this book. It is a chunky book. I haven't decided if I'm going to reread the first two in the series first before I read the rest, but I might. I will see how I go. I don't really remember much of it. I may just watch some summaries. I'll see how I feel, how the month is going. But yeah, this is on my TBR. It is my gorgeous collector's First edition. It has gorgeous art inside. It's a little bit of a not safe for work, but yeah. And then it also has a reversible dust jacket. So love that. I'm very excited to see this conclusion. Again, I have seen very mixed things about this, so let's see how we go. The next book that I want to read is Funny You Should Ask by Elisa Sussman. So from what I know about this book is inspired by an interview of Chris Evans, and Chris Evans is like my ultimate man crush, so I will be reading this. The next new release that I want to get to this month is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I am very excited. I want to buy the American edition, so I haven't bought it yet. I have the indie published version. I should have bought on reflection the Bloom published version, not the indie version when I bought this, but it's fine. It's no big deal. The spines will be slightly different, but the height is exactly the same, so I'm going to buy the Bloom edition. Obviously I will be buying that and hopefully getting to that this month and reading that, because I'm not paying like $12 for an ebook. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I am going on holidays for the first week of March. So I am reading some fun, sporty, fun romances. Part of those are going to be some, well, not just sports romance, but a few different. There's a lot of sports romance. I have no shame in my game. I love sports romance, and sports romance is just like all the hype at the moment, and I just want to know what everyone's reading about. So the first one is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. I'd meant to read that back in January and I didn't get to it. So that is on the top of my TBR. That is about a NHL player and a air hostess, I believe, is the vibe there. And I'm very excited about it. Obviously The Right Move, I'm gonna read The Right Move as well by Liz Tom Ford. That is NBA, and I believe it's best friend's brother. I think that's what it is. I cannot remember, but we will find out. The next book that I want to read is Midnight Kisses. This is college football. I really want to read it. It is apparently like it's a forbidden romance because she is the coach's daughter, and they spark up like a friend's benefit situation, and apparently there's like some kinky things that they consensually like play around with, so I think that'll be really, really fun. Now I want to read Royally Not Ready. I want to read the Meghan Queen series, but I want to buy the paperbacks because I do not want to pay $15 for an ebook. So I'm going to get the paperbacks, but I'm going to read Royally Not Ready first because it is on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to try that. Again, I've heard mixed things about this, but this is very similar to Twisted Games in terms of she's the princess to some Eldora, Genovia style country that doesn't exist in Europe, and so from Royally Not Ready, what I know about Royally Not Ready, he is like an advisor and she is really, really hot for him. So let's see how I go. Maybe cringy, maybe not, we'll see. Meghan Queen also has a book coming out this month called Right Man, Right Time. It's like an age gap hockey romance, and he has a Jacob's Ladder. I may read that. The last two sports romance that I want to read are the two new Grace Riley books. So they're both college sports romances. The first down is college football. No idea what it's about, but it is very popular right now. And then the other one is called Breakaway, which is college hockey. So very keen to get to those. Hopefully I will read them while I'm on holidays. And then on the 14th of March, a author that I had been reading in February, her name was Ella Market. She released a Why Choose hockey romance. It is adult hockey romance, Why Choose. It was like a friends to lovers Why Choose, and I really loved it. She's releasing another one that's called Power Play Pieces on the 14th of March. If I can get to that, I will definitely read that. It is again another Why Choose. Accidental pregnancy, I believe. Not my favorite trope, but I love Why Choose. So let's see how we go. And then I want to read the Salacious Players series. Can I get to it? I don't know. We will see. I'm being very ambitious, but so obviously those are Praise, Eyes on Me, Give Me More, and Mercy. Really don't know much about them other than it's like a sex club and they're very kinky. Each book develops a new kink, different players, different people involved. I know there's one that's like husband and wife and his best friend. There's like age gap, older woman, younger guy. I think Praise is ex-boyfriend's dad. So I just want to read it. I want to see what the fuss is about. So I'm going to read it. And I also, hopefully, fingers crossed, it is a hefty book, so we'll see how we go. But Anastasia by Sophie Lark, if I can get to that, I will be stellar. If not, we will put it off. It is fine. And then lastly, the last series that I hope to get to is the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silva, so Heartless, Flawless and Powerless. Again, I will only get to those if I can get my hands on the paperbacks, because it is so expensive to buy ebooks that I'd rather just spend the money on a paperback. That is kind of where I'm feeling at this stage. Hopefully I can get to everything. I really don't know whether I can, but again, I'm gonna have like a week of downtime to just read and do nothing, because it will just be like chilling out by the pool and that kind of thing. So that is the plan. Hope you guys like this video and are ready to go on this crazy, overly ambitious monthly TBR journey with me. We'll see how we go, but I hope you guys like this video. Please comment below again what your dark romance recs are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.